Hi everyone, how are you? It's Leah Cost with the Mortgage Center, and I went to a fantastic event last night called Pink. It was for women only, and it was about talking about your finances and your overall financial situation. Everything from planning your will to your RSPs and planning for retirement. But I found two interesting things when I went there. The first thing was that everyone who turned out was actually like under the age of 32. It was fantastic to see so many young women actually taking a concern in their financial situation and independence. But the second thing was that they really didn't have much knowledge when it came to getting credit, having credit, maintaining the credit, and fixing credit. And after the seminar, I found myself answering a lot of the same questions. So I wanted to go over those in a video blog. Because everyone was so young, I figure video blogs is what they prefer. However, if you are more of a reader, I've already done blogs on credit, so go to mortgagesinvancouver.com to read more about it there. But here are the top 3 things that I think you really need to be aware of. Actually, it's probably more like 5 things, but I separate them into 3 categories. The first thing is getting your credit and maintaining your credit. So obviously, if you think that credit is the most horrible thing in the world and you want to stay away from it, unfortunately you can't do that. If ever you plan on getting a car or buying a home, you need credit because that's how they judge your responsibility when it comes to money and finances. And that's how they judge you on whether they're going to get paid back and if you're a safe bet. So first of all, you got to get credit. The easiest way is to just go out and get like a $500 credit card. Even if it's a pay-as-you-go one, just get it so you can start building your credit. And then secondly, when you get the credit card, you need to make your payments. All right, so there's a couple of ladies who are very concerned. They're like, oh, I missed, I was 5 days late on my credit card payment. Am I going to get hit? No, you're probably okay on that front. Where you need to be concerned is if you go for a full 30-day cycle. So if you miss a payment for a full 30 days, chances are the credit bureau's caught that and they're going to ding you for it. But don't worry, as long as you don't do that all the time, and please don't do that all the time. That really looks bad on a credit bureau. But if you do that once, not too big of a deal. If you do it twice, starting to become a deal, but not that big. But over time, the more and more that you pay on time, your ratio becomes better in terms of you being a responsible person with your credit. So it does correct itself over time. Now the second thing is I see a lot of people with horrible credit who have got horrible credit for a ridiculous reason. And what this reason is that a lot of credit cards, especially the store credit cards like the Zellers cards and the Canadian Tire and Staples and Brick cards, they actually have annual fees on them. And a lot of people don't know that. They'll get it in the mail and they'll go, oh right, geez, I signed up for this thing. Well, I'm just going to snip it up, never actually use it. Don't do that, because if you do, there's an annual fee that's slowly accumulating, and all of a sudden you've gone into collections on a $5 fee. And I'm serious, this happens all the time. Be very aware of annual fees. Often you can choose between an annual fee or an annual fee and low interest or a no fee card. Always go for the no fee card unless you carry a balance, and then go for the low interest one. But be aware that you do have an annual fee and you need to make those payments on those annual fees, okay? Now the third thing is actually a huge misconception, which is that having a lot of credit cards is a horrible thing. It actually isn't. It's actually the complete opposite. Now you need to think of the credit bureau as a mathematical computer algorithm. They don't have a person sitting there figuring out what logically you should have as a credit score. It's all mathematical. So if you think of it this way, and you have one credit card and you miss one payment, you are in 100% default. Whereas if you have 5 credit cards and miss one credit card payment on one of those cards, you're now only 1/5 in default. See how that works? Likewise, when it comes to your credit ratio, never have a $10,000 card and go, you know what, I don't want to have $10,000 given access to me because I'll actually spend it. I'm just going to go and call the card company and have them reduce that credit amount to $5,000. Don't do that, okay? Again, look at the algorithm. If you have one $10,000 card and you've spent $10,000 on that card, your ratio is maxed out. You look like you're not responsible with money because you're always at the max. Whereas if you have, say, 3 cards and they each have $5,000 on them and you've spent the same $10,000, now you've got at least a $5,000 buffer and you're only 2/3 maxed out. You see how that works? So having more credit is not a bad thing. Being maxed out on more credit is a bad thing, and missing payments is a bad thing. But you got to think of the ratios, okay? So if you have any questions about this, maybe your credit's bad, maybe you don't have any credit, give me a call. We got to get you started on the right path to building that. And if you have great credit and you want to start using it to buy a home or something along those lines, give me a call. I'll let you know what we can do for you. So my phone number is 604-313-9996. You can go to my blog. I have all my other contact information there too if you want to fill out an application online or email me. And that's at mortgagesinvancouver.com. All right, so I guess that's about it. If you have any questions, I look forward to hearing from you, and take care of your credit scores.